Hey everybody, I hope you're enjoying the snow. Since we couldn't meet together, I wanted to do a screenshot video of some of the things we would have done in the computer lab today so that you could get a jump start on the projects and all the assignments that are included in the syllabus for this semester. Where I want to start first is some changes that I've made to the assignment on the Standards Resource Guide, and I will upload these to LiveText so that you have the most recent version. But if you scroll down and look here, you'll see that the number of resources spread across the standard has been changed. Now, I'm not lowering my expectations. I still hope that you'll strive for 10 resources, but I do feel like some people might be getting overwhelmed. Some of the resources for certain standards are readily available and some are a little harder to find. So what I've done is changed it from 10 resources spread evenly across the indicators to a minimum of 5 resources. Now, I'm hoping you'll still try to get as many as you can because this is a project that's going to be for your benefit later on in the classroom. All right, let me close this. The next thing we'll look at is the document that we would have gotten in the computer lab. Now remember that the social studies standards are not Common Core. Common Core is only math and ELA. So if you're looking for social studies standards or science standards, those are still on the State Department of Education website. This document that will also be uploaded to LiveText has step-by-step guide of how to access those standards. Step 1 is to go to this link, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. You'll click Teachers, Standards and Curriculum, and then Social Studies. There are many documents available, and that can be overwhelming, so I'm going to walk you through that. Let's go ahead and I'll open my browser. And I had already gotten there, so what I'm going to do is type in State, South Carolina DOE for Department of Education. And usually what comes up is the first link. So you'll click on that. And then I'm looking for, I am a teacher. So we'll come down here and click Standards and Curriculum. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Down in the list you'll see Social Studies, and that's where you're going to want to click. Alright, once you get to the Social Studies page, you'll see that the first link takes you directly to the academic standards. That's an easy place for you to copy and paste those standards into your resource guide if you're doing it in an Excel spreadsheet or if you're doing it in a Word document or in a PowerPoint, however you can organize it to make sense of it later on for yourself. Let's go ahead and click that first one so that you can see what it looks like. It comes as a PDF file. And you can scroll. You see they come in grade bands so that you can find yours pretty quickly. Here it tells you how to navigate and what means what. This is the standard, and here's the indicators, what enduring understanding means. That's pretty good information for you if you haven't had a chance to look at these before. But as you can see, it starts with your standard and it goes from kindergarten all the way up into high school. Most of these will be able to highlight and copy, paste into your document. If not, and some of them are a little finicky, you might end up having to take a screenshot and just paste as an image file. But I'll let you play around with that. Let's go back to the Social Studies page. This next link here is for support and resource documents. This is the link that's going to take you to the what is essential and what is not essential. You know, in class we talked about how if you teach the Civil War, you could teach for a very long time because there's so much information available about these topics. So what if you are teaching in the 4th grade is essential for the Civil War? So it takes just a minute for this one to load. And the Civil War is found in grade 4, so this would be someone who is in the elementary licensure. You would want to, this will be in your grade level curriculum. Alright, so it starts out with the exploration of the New World. Let me scroll just so that we can go with that same Civil Wars towards the end of 4th grade. There we go. Let me see if I can scroll down. It's going to be finicky. Oh, here we go. Civil War. So it tells you the Bloom's taxonomy level. It is essential for students to know these things. And see, this to me is a lot of text. There's, for me, teaching what it would be most helpful for myself. And remember, everybody's a different kind of learner. But I want to read this. I might even break it down into a bulleted list so that I can easily see the skills. You have to decide this for yourself. How can you best make sense of it? If you scroll down even further, you see that it is not essential for students to know these things. Here are some of the verbs that they're going to be asked to use on the past test. So you want to make sure that students are able to do these things, make inferences and summarize. And so you would obviously ask them to do these things in the classroom so that it is not then new to them. Okay, let's go back to our social studies page. Remember, this takes us back to the support and resource documents. That's where you're going to find the essential and non-essential information. If I go back again, then I can find Teaching American History, some other resources. This is on literacy information and things like that. Towards the bottom, you have lots and lots of information here if you want to click around and find some things that go with your particular curriculum, whichever grade levels that you're working with. One of these, I think it might be this one, has links to some primary resources. So here's some featured documents and lesson plans. A lot of this stuff in this link, the Teaching American History one, is going to be for high school, but I might have to click around and send it to you. I know that within this link here, there are, maybe it's this one, there are some primary resources. I've also compiled a list. It's a Word document that I will send you. This is not it. No, that's not it. I have a Word document of links that will be very helpful to you. Let's see if I can pull that up and I'll show it to you. I might have to pull it from the web if this has been finicky. It's a lot of stuff. I think it was in here. And then, yes, this one. Okay. Go ahead and open this document. The hardest thing for social studies is actually finding those primary resources. You know, if you're teaching the Constitution, then you're going to want to provide them the text or an image of the actual Constitution, the document. If you're going back to the Civil War, actual pictures from Sherman's march through the South, and then comparing that to pictures of the same area today, and then letting students make those comparisons. The pictures and the documents themselves, it's not going to work. Let me see if I can pull it from the web. We'll do this way. Some pictures to the actual, or some actual documents. That's what you're striving to find, and that's what it's very difficult for teachers to get a hold of. So that's why if you can find primary documents, primary resources, then that's, here we go. Trying to talk and click at the same time is difficult. Fabulous. Maybe it'll retry again. There it is. Okay. I'm not going to click through all of these just because I want you to explore for yourself, just to see what all is there. Let me point to the first one. CoreKnowledge.org is a website based on E.D. Hirsch's curriculum. And E.D. Hirsch is a professor at some school up north, and I cannot remember the school right now, but he is a big proponent of cultural literacy. And so when you're searching this website for lesson plans, keep in mind that it's on a different scope and sequence from our state standards. Something that we would teach in grade 3, they might actually teach in grade 1. So it's a good idea to look at CoreKnowledge.org. And remember, core here is not Common Core. Core is core like core essential information for cultural literacy. Completely different, even though it's the same vocabulary. But anyway, you're going to want to search by topic in this website and not by grade level. Live Binders, if you haven't had a chance to look at those, is it free to sign up, and it's actually like the binders that teachers had on the shelf with tabs and resources, except these are all digital. And so once you sign up for free access, then you can search by topic and have access to any teacher's binder for your specific grade level or your specific topics. So that's a gold mine of resources there. This is a game, Civil War simulation. I just thought I'd throw up there for y'all to look at. Something to keep in mind when you're going through your standards, if there is a reference to George Washington or Lincoln or anywhere that you might actually take a field trip, usually that website has resources on it that may link you to primary documents. Some of them even have a virtual tour. This one to Mount Vernon does have a virtual tour on it. This link is for some maps, some blank ones, and you can have maps of world maps or state maps and all kinds of things there. Here's the videos, geography videos. This one was just something fun if you want to know how to incorporate iPads and things like that into the curriculum. This website does a lot of that, explaining how to do those things. Sears Archives, this is fun, something that I used in the classroom, especially as I was teaching the early 1900s, and this would be 5th grade, those elementary teachers, for elementary licensure. You can actually browse the Sears catalog from early in the 1900s and look at ordering houses. I don't even know if you knew that you could order houses from the catalog. In fact, most of the houses in Converse Heights across from Converse College are Sears houses. And so if you click on this link and you look through at how they ordered the houses, you'll be surprised to find out how much they actually cost. But that's a fun site to add to your repertoire so that you can show the children. And these are all links to primary documents. All of these will take you to some primary sources on the web, which, like I said, are very hard to come by. So you want to grab those up and put them in to the standards where they go so that you have access to them later. So that's it for now. Most of the time that we were going to spend in the computer lab, I was going to introduce you to these sites and to these links, show you how to get access to the standards, and then allow you some time to work on that. So feel free to email or text or call if you have any questions. But I suppose that if the snow melts, you all be safe. If you can get outside and play in it, enjoy yourselves, and I will see you on Tuesday. Take care.